Hello and welcome back to Fantasy Maiden Wars. Last part I started the last map of the Mountain of Faith adaptation section of the Mystic Arc, and I played until the Frog God tagged in and the Snake God tagged out. So now we're going to deal with Frog and her three Kadamas who are probably just here for the sake of building power. Or something. And we're just gonna go straight at her and we're gonna see what happens. You can Sky Dragon kick a Kadama mailing. So yeah, now Suako's here, so Maiden Faith started playing when she showed up, and he's gonna play until she's gone. Boy, Native Faith. Don't you like Native Faith? I like Native Faith. I've come to appreciate it a lot more after I learned how to play it. Quote unquote learned how to play it. Through that video together. I listened to it a lot for that. And I came to appreciate it as, more than just the song that's really fast. Which is what is normally thought of it now before then. Speaking of really fast, is there a really fast solo section they throw in? Yeah, I've made a couple covers of Fantasy Maiden Wars themes because there are some that I like more than the original. But I'm likely not to make very many of them because a lot of them do this, where they'll just take a theme and they'll just add like a really cool solo into it that goes on for a really long time and sounds great, but sounds really hard to play. Like that happened with Rumia's theme, where I played her version Fantasy Maiden Wars theme instead of original when I did OSD, and I literally gave up near the end because the solo went on for so long, and I'd been in my room trying to figure out how to write the notes for so long that I eventually just said, fuck it, I'm ending it differently, because I'm sick of doing this. So there's like some Fantasy Maiden Wars themes where it's like, yeah, this solo goes on forever, it would take me hours to figure out every note. So no. I can't reach the last Kadama. If I hit you from here, can you hit me? I mean, this is such a small chance to hit that it's basically not worth it. It's just kind of, Suako, just based on this one thing I'm looking at, you kind of look like a pain in the ass. Because you're the dodgy one, aren't you? Oh. Bullseye it is. Because you're not going to hit me with 28, that'd be ridiculous, right? Seeing you two gods remind me of those sisters from earlier. Oh? The gods called the Aki sisters. They govern Adam in some way.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. I saw him once while I was out taking a stroll. But well, you know how Kaneko is, so we never got around to chatting.
There truly are a myriad of gods, aren't there? Your voice?
Yeah, good stuff. Wanna see a real god's power? I'm God and I expect you to dance for me. Me and my giant fucking weird snake thing. I can make giant hands now, that's the thing I can do because I'm like an earth god. You ever seen Avatar The Last Airbender? See all that shit they can do? I can do that because I'm an earth god, yes.
I've never seen Avatar. Like the actual show. The only thing I've seen from Avatar is the shitty M. Night Shyamalan movie. Yeah. Not a great thing to have only seen. They make a Netflix show right now or something? I don't know. I don't have Netflix. Don't know what's going on around there. I do know Daiusei can get a rare kill here.
One more little push.
They at least made it in complete box to where every character has a cut-in now, whereas previously I didn't think that was the case, but man, you really see some cutouts way more than you see other ones now. Alright, who are you attacking, Frog? Marissa, huh? Okay. Go ahead and use alert. You wanna not miss an 84, Marissa? I think that'd be pretty cool if you didn't miss an 84. Never really wouldn't have pegged you as a god with a hat like that.
You won't be able to recognize my true strength with just your eyes alone. Maybe you'll understand the meaning of God if you play a game with me.
Well, you're confident, at least. In that case, I'll give you the best game I got.
Go easy on you. Yeah, be silly. Gotcha. My ring things. My rings.
Sorry, pal, but dodging Domok was practically my job. You know, I've talked a couple times in the past couple part about, like, character pronunciations. And I was just thinking a bit earlier that, you know, this series has exactly 0 official content with actual voice acting. So there's no actual canon material that shows how characters' names are pronounced. So the closest thing you would have to that is like footage of Zun saying a character's name, which I'm sure exists for some characters, but probably not a lot of them. So that makes me... So I guess the only way that you can really tell how you're supposed to pronounce a character is just what, like, the Japanese community has overall decided. But even if that's the case, it's not, like, technically canon, you know what I mean? So there's, like, no, not... I say, like, this is how you're supposed to pronounce a character's name sometimes, but it's not like that's a cut in stone just because that's considered, like, the consensus or whatever. You both have distinctly unusual appearances.
Yeah, pretty much. Gods have to show their true natures to their buddies.
So you take the form of a frog and the other one's sacred ropes as snakes. Is that correct? Can't imagine things are simple between you two. Since an endless reserves of power in you. Something. Don't have time to read that. Yeah, it just reminds me of Rayquaza, where, like, everyone calls it Rayquaza, but then at some point there was, like, the anime finally showed Rayquaza and they called him Rayquaza. And it's like, nobody calls him that. So even if we have a common consensus for how a character's name sound, it might not technically be the case. Again, the only way you'd be able to figure that out is Zun said the character's name out loud, and I don't know how many characters he's done that for. You have, like, those Zun interviews that people that I, like, see sometimes, and they're always in text, so that makes me wonder, like, there actually exist any footage of those recordings of those interviews, or are they all just text transcripts? I don't know. I do know. The Patchley can't attack. I don't know why. I want you to get a kill here. Yeah, kill this frog, will you? Is that hat even allowed?
Allowed by who?
I mean, those eyeballs, they make you stand out so much. If I had a decoration like that, then...
Hey, who said they were for decoration?
What does that mean? And then you have characters like Marissa, where, as far as I can tell, the common consensus for the for how the Japanese pronounce her name is Marisa. And you know, that's not how you pronounce that name, it's Marissa. But is it because she's Japanese, it's Marisa? I don't know.
Nice, that do for a festival opener. Cook, first she shows up out of nowhere and now she's throwing me off.
She carries herself so differently from Kaneko Yasuka. Is she really another god of the shrine? What I'm wondering is how two gods are even connected. Are they friends?
Nope, not in the least. She's an enemy. I'll have you know she's the barbaric woman who took over my shrine by force.
Your shrine, you mean?
Yeah, they used to be my shrine, but I lost to Kaneko, so now it's her shrine.
That sounds similar to what we're dealing with now. So what does that make you? A freeloader here?
Rude, I just let Kaneko take care of all the public-facing stuff. I'm an Apex native god, you better show me proper respect if you don't want to get cursed.
Fine, whatever, then I'll just beat you up too.
Looks like you're getting motivated. How about fighting my minions next? Let there be limbs!
Long arms and long legs. So what I'm basically saying here is pronounce solo characters' names however you want, because there's not actually a canonical way to pronounce them. And then even when there's a common consensus, you have situations like Marissa, where I'm pretty sure the common consensus in Japan is wrong. But, like, who cares? Just pronounce it however. All this to say, I'm not calling her Nitori. Nitori, why the hell don't you have Bullseye? Why is I just, oh my god, why don't you have Bullseye? You have such a shit hit rate. Wait, what do I do in this situation? I don't have to heal Paxley because you're not in the range. So, you just hang out there. Focus! I can't move at all. Well, there's a problem. Use Yin Yang Orbs.
I remember you, Reibu. Last summer you beat the tar out of Sanai while she was weak.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Just to be clear though, I beat the tar out of her when she was strong too.
I like your attitude. Where's the fun otherwise? You're a shrine god, so act like one and entertain this god. Right, Maiden? See that right? When I read that, she looks weak, but you can never tell for sure. There could be 100 of you, and you still wouldn't win. Coming after me, you're cruising for a Gerson. Hee hee, it's been a while, so rampage to your heart's content. Cut in! I have a cut in now, yay!
And that one from Kaneko. What I might end up doing is, I think Kaneko shows up later. Because this map is really long. So, if I end up getting a cut-in for Kaneko during this part, I'll probably use that for the thumbnail of the last part and use the frog for the thumbnail of this part. Technically clickbait, but my... Like, can you really call it clickbait when, like, my thumbnails absolutely fail at getting anyone to click on the video anyway? I don't trust 70s. Don Maku, Wesley, you know your stuff. I did this for Keifu a lot, where I'd show a CG as a thumbnail when it didn't technically show up that part because it would like show up in the cutscene directly before or after the part, but it's like it's very much related to the things that happen in the chapter anyways, just because it didn't technically show up there. Whatever.
Was he a real god power? Good, I didn't expect you to dance for me. Why can I not do a good hermit voice?
That's not gonna kill you, right? Okay, good. I really rely on the 3, like, flame system to tell if I get killed by that or not. I don't think that was a thing in Complete Box, so I'm really glad it's a thing here. So I certainly rely on it a lot.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? Jeff, he fucked my pig wife, and now I'm gonna fuck the earth. This is what you get, my super laser frog.
You don't have Bullseye either. Right, well, 82. Don't miss, please.
Are you a doll user? What kind of dolls do you make?
We've just met and you're already acting so overly familiar. Well, I craft regular dolls, and I dress some of them up in foreign dresses, I suppose.
Wow, there are all kinds of yokai in Tokyo, huh? Mind making me an Oshiri-sama sometime?
Huh? Are my skills enough to best a god? Let's find out. Alright, who can do 2,000? Nope, not that much. Actually, it's my kill. It did. Wow.
Hey, yeah, this is how games like these are supposed to go. Yes.
Thought that was supposed to be played.
About to say that, but then I realized it wasn't that, so I tried to change it to what it was, and then I said kind of gibberish. Yeah, that's about what I expected. That's enough long arms and long legs. That was really freaky for a god. Is she going to keep sending stuff like that out?
The holier than thou god's still around too. I'm getting a headache.
Say, couldn't you talk some sense into Kaneko for us? You had your shrine stolen yourself, so you should know where we're coming from. Me? Talk sense into her? Yes, fighting really isn't good. Sorry, but I think you girls have the wrong idea. I trust Kanako's judgment. Don't even think of trying to sow discord between us.
I suppose you are, fellow gods of the Moria Shrine.
Well, yeah, we've been together a good long while, and I don't see that changing anytime soon.
Precisely. That's an encapsulation of the lengthy history of our kingdom as well.
What goes back?
While it is now a thing of the past, we spent many a year governing it through rule of faith. The trigram of heaven, Kion, the divine might that creates the heavens and glorifies form.
The trigram of earth, Kun, the divine might that creates the earth and solidified substance. Together they built a nation. They won't change even after coming to. That won't change after even coming to Insoku. Looks like they're ready to come at us together.
Behold the divine might born from Kion and Kun together.
The Sua Kingdom's indigenous myth is about earthly subjugation.
The Sua Kingdom's central myth is about heavenly control. Oh, we're doing... Oh, you're going over there? You're going over there. Defeat Kaneko or Suako. Well, considering most of my team is on the right side, I guess I'm fighting Suako. I guess I'm fighting Kaneko. Why? Great, I have to deal patch now. Yeah, it's just... No. Rust. Alright, run away from Suako. Really wish you weren't in that specific spot, Rainbow, because I need Mailing to move. Can I? Yeah. Now Mailing can run away. Good. Hyper Cucumber! Great, I forgot about Scan. It's a good move to use, makes you do slightly better or something. Yeah, I'm hoping that since I'm fighting Kaneko, I'll get her cut in now. So I can use it for the last part, because I'm going to use the Suako cut in for this part. What are you gonna do now? Oh, you're both fighting.
And sliced them down with my iron rings.
I think Kaneko said something.
Which means I won!
I think Kaneko said something earlier there.
I'm scared, but doesn't mean I can run away now.
Whoa. No, whatever, just go. Do. No, so we get to hear Kaneko's theme again. Which, you know, I like more than that Maiden of Faith. Yeah, I don't know how much longer this is gonna be before, like, next cutscenes start happening.
What was that? I didn't hear you.
Same as always, do it.
So darn vague about everything.
This ain't gonna kill you, is it? If I get cold feet, I'm here, I'm done for.
Moko, you can count on me for the rest. You go and surrender.
We must not lose, we cannot. Yeah, I kind of had a funny thing I wanted to briefly talk about at some point, but seems like this map is ending soon, so I don't know if I'd be able to do that. So you're the god of Moria Shrine, Kaneko Yashika. We're here to put an end to your plot and steal the Hackray Shrine. To steal the Hackray Shrine. I'm sure you'll be taking those words back soon enough. Prostrate yourself before Kaneko Yasuo's divine might.
God Warrior Shrine. This must be the final battle. Doot.
That didn't kill. Of course it didn't. This is where the true battle begins. Don't tell me if you forgot what happened last time.
Of course not.
I caused the wisteria vines to grow.
I sliced them down with my iron rings. Which means I won.
Yeah, I read the whole thing.
That's nothing. You still got a ways to go.
Alright, well, Kane might die next turn.
Oh well.
Right, so the people in spell card range are these three. There's nothing I can really do about that, because they were already there. Well. That didn't do anything. Well, goodbye, Pashley. Does that have a kill animation? Goodbye, Patchley. It's the second time you've died. I'm sorry about this. You died in the last map, too. You know? That's what happens sometimes. Sometimes people die. I lost? I must not study enough. Okay. I didn't realize you would also attack me, but I guess I was technically still in your range, I guess. Okay, who should I get this kill with? Like, everyone's level 20 at this point. Can you reach? Can. Surely you can do 500 damage with Persuasion Needles. Why does that kill you? Yeah, there we go. In case this doesn't kill you. Stop telling me how to do my job. It did no damage. Of course. Alright, so who am I getting this kill with? Ellie can't reach. Mailing! Overkill! Alright, you got another move after this? I think you do. You know it over there? You're quite capable for humans.
Get it now? We're strong.
After fighting this hard, you better not call us weak. Indeed, with such strength, gathering faith should be simple for you. Of course, faith unaccompanied by respect for the gods is mere lip service. You're just not letting that go, huh? No offense, but your shrine doesn't seem to be doing too hot either.
The way you're operating is just out of touch. Out of time. Out of my head. Not around. You're never gonna get a following and a trophy if you stay so stuck on your image. Is that easy as? Stuck on her image?
Well, aren't you? All you actually want is faith, but you carry on about the rules and tributes. Frankly, a fixation on form to the exclusion of all else strikes me as pitiful.
Yeah, pitiful, huh? I can't even deny it. It's regular farce. The Shrine Maiden diligently safeguards the shrine, while the shrine gods can't even reciprocate.
Shrine Maiden also mentioned you lost your faith in the outside world. Even the rains and winds no longer give rise to faith, the inevitable result of humanity no longer needing their gods. Because despite us literally being the reason why they exist, because we exist, they stop believing in us anyway, like they did in the real world. Because a universe where gods exist having the exact same history as one where where they don't it makes complete sense. It's not me being like full atheist here, but that might me saying, you know, Kaneko Yasuka doesn't exist in the real world. And that's why you came to Kinshokyo, no matter how bad it made you look. You're determined to cling to your position as a god. Your choice did we have, accept our fate and fade away along with our old history, glory? Can't read words. Nay, for I am a god, my godhood would protect Moria's history, its shrine maiden and its shrine. Hence you're staking everything to come to Gensokyo, your sentiments ring true enough. Well, you won't get very far refusing to adapt to Gensokyo itself, but if you fail, you'll have defeated your own purpose. Do any of you have a better suggestion? Figure that out for yourself. Either way, it's clear what I have to do. I exterminate anyone who gets out of hand in Gensokyo, that includes gods. Very well, Shrine Maiden of Gensokyo, let your answer be your sword. Show me you can reach even the foot of my mountain. This mountain of faith.
Is that it? I got it!
Beyond the winds and the rains where I stand at my peak. Because the spell card is called Mountain of Faith. Fucking cinema! Best spell card in this race. Even if I suck at dodging it. I get caught up on this too much, of, like, Toll's lore. Throwing my blade against a god, it's time for Ellie's big roll. If you plan to face me, surely you jest. Gotta stay calm, the horse is packed with strong people after all. My special scythe combination will attack you, will chop you right in two. But it's just like, I don't know, I find it absurd how it's like, yeah, Toho exists in our world, has the same exact history, even though it literally can't, because of how different things work. They literally, yokai and gods, interacted with humanity for thousands upon thousands of years, and apparently that was never written down in the actual history books. It changed history at all. Whatever. Cut in. For I am Kaneko Yasuka, the Wind God. I don't know, it's just a thing for me personally, where I find it kind of hard sometimes to, like, care about, like, this universe and how it works, when just basic questions don't make sense sometimes. I don't know, I can do it for FNAF, I don't know why I can't do it for this. Yeah, I guess speaking of FNAF, that was the, like, little anecdote I was gonna talk about earlier if I had time, and I seem to have time now because we're gonna be here hacking at Kaneko for a while. Yeah, when I went to go see the Five Nights at Freddy 2 movie the other week, there was like a couple cosplayers there, as you'd expect, and there was one couple there that were cosplaying as, like, the guy was cosplaying as Bonnie, and the girl was cosplaying as Toy Bonnie. And my, like, fucking Tuhu brain-rotted brain saw that cosplay, and she was like, you know, she had like blue hair and bunny ears, and I think she even had like red eyes, and went, wow, she looks like Saren. And then that was my first thought, and not, you know, the character at the movie next to Bonnie, you know. You know, it's gonna go a bit in spoiler territory for that movie, but man, with how much they talked about Matt Pat voicing Toy Bonnie, he sure didn't say that much. You know who really didn't say much? Fucking Freddy. Toy Freddy. He had like a handful of lines, like maybe 2. And it was literally, he literally had the Glam Rock Freddy voice. It was his exact same voice, which is really jarring because Toy Freddy has a different voice in every single previous instance he's ever talked in the series, and now he just sounds like Glam Rock Freddy, even though they're different characters. They're both Freddy, but the Freddy sound different sometimes. I don't know, like, Kevin can do a very wide range of voices. I don't know why you just made him do the Glam Rock Freddy voice again. Anyone need to be healed here? Well, too bad, because I can't. Can heal Notori. Can I reach Marissa? Yeah, I can, but that put you in range, but it doesn't really matter if you die, so... And you're level 19 now. Best Friends, level 2. When adjacent to or paired with Cherno, both units gain big bonuses to accuracy rate. Yep, that's never gonna happen, because... Go for it, level 1. Grant +5 to all stats. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I don't know how much I'm going to be using of Cherno, because I've already benched her for this, so it's, you know, pretty low priority. Mainly just because she's been used so much, you know? And then show off more people. Alright, so, yeah, I kind of condemned you to death. Sorry about that? Actually, she'll attack Notori instead, so you should be fine, right? Yeah, you'll be fine. Can't you please stop fighting with Rainbow and the others? I'm sure even gods are happier when they get along with others. Not once in my life have I lent an ear to a mere fairy. If you want these prayers to get through to me, show me what you can do with your own strength. I must wield my full power. You will know my divine virtues. Heaven and earth follow my hand. To those who seek me out, I bestow divine authority. Bow down! Who will respect my authority? I think that summons Remilia, and she shows up and is like,
No, you will respect my authority.
And they start fighting like Patchley said earlier. And they especially start doing that because, you know, Remilia sees Patchley's dead body on the ground. She's like,
What the fuck did you do?
Gods are every bit as strong as I expected. I can't fight back from here. You really have to move her all the way over there. That's kind of dickish. Because, like, now everyone's over here. Because that's where I moved them so I can attack her, and then she just moved. Alright, can I, like... Dayu say, you can do something, you know that? Use a bomb. I have Marissa too close. She can't Master Spark. Yeah, let's heal you before you do that. You still kill me? Okay. Well, shit. Is there anything I can do about this? Yeah, guard. Duh. Alright, time for Notori to actually hit with this move outside of a mandatory cutscene where it happens regardless. Yeah. In the part where that cutscene first showed, where that cut-in first showed up when I was attacking Notori, I didn't use that for the thumbnail. Because I don't like that CG. Something about her face, it looks off. So I created the heavens, so do I rule them. Now you shall she. She? See? I think that was a different monologue. I'd be reading these, but I'm not. complaining about Tuhu lore when she first started talking. That overrides anything else that's happening. It hasn't happened in a while. Had to happen eventually. Yeah. Classic, I pressed end when I didn't mean to, and now my character doesn't get to do anything. Get him, Ellie! Tough times are where I shine. How's this for a killer move? There hasn't been a timeout spell yet. Do you have one? Fear not even the gods, I trust you prepared for the consequences. I don't know if you have one or not. Because it might just be that only the final maps of, like, arcs have a timeout, and not the end of every, like, game narrative. So that means the next timeout spell wouldn't be until the last chapter of the Mystic Arcs. What I'm saying is I hope it's not a timeout spell, because I don't particularly enjoy timeout spells in this game. Much though I don't particularly enjoy them in the main series either. Especially with how they're laid out in extra stages. Like, oh boy, the second to last spell of like 12. The one where I gotta dodge stuff for 2 minutes. Flying Phoenix! Man, I've seen Moko's cut in how many times now, and it's not hasn't been a thumbnail a single time, because other things have kept happening that are more thumbnail worthy. Surely they could not be this strong. Not done yet. Oh, no, never mind. Alright, almost 40 minutes and we've beaten the map, which means about 20 minutes of cutscenes, and this will be an hour-long part. I'm not even joking about that. That might be what happens here. Items I'll look at later.
We did it.
Is it over now? I was not expecting you to best my divine might. I suppose I'll have to accept your answer.
You mean?
I shall let you win this battle. Not a fan of how high and mighty you're still acting in defeat, but whatever.
Let's get back to discussing Shrine affairs.
Certainly. Go ahead and enter the Moria Shrine's main building. Actually, he's dead. Neighbor's got a power washer going on in the background. Certainly hope that didn't come in through the recording. You're all here. Good. Sit wherever you like.
Okay, thanks?
I can't believe we're having a real conversation with a god. If we say the wrong thing, we could end up fighting again.
Romeo, please, whatever you do, stay quiet. Why me and not Cherno? It's cool. No need to walk on eggshells with us. We've got tea and fruit and more. If anybody wants a snack.
Wow, look at all these different fruits and vegetables.
I assume you got this food from the yokai?
Correct. They provide us with regular tribute as a show of faith. Make whole mountains of the food. The mountains of faiths of plates of foods.
Wow, you get free food? I'm jealous.
Do you eat fruit, Rumia? Are you a pure carnivorous animal?
It's not for us. We bestow divine blessings in return.
Blessings granted in return for offerings form the basis of the relationship between gods and humans. For example, the recent harvest festival held at the human village doubles as an offering to the autumn gods.
I think we snuck into that festival.
I wanted to go to that too. Didn't you put on a puppet show there, Alice? Yes, it was a passable debut performance, I suppose.
Whoa, yokai attending human festivals? That's nuts!
It's normal here in Gensokyo. Lost my voice for a second. Lost which voice is what for a second. Who wants to miss out on a festival? Here in Gensokyo, Do tell me more. Learning more about this land should help us gather even more faith.
You keep missing the point, don't you? I don't know much about this faith stuff, but it's like they say, you gotta do as the locals do. What's the point of gathering a bunch of faith if you can't enjoy it?
Yeah, the shrine maiden girl didn't even have any friends.
Murph. Ooh boy, they hit you right where it hurts, huh, Kaneko?
Quiet you. I know that we're not making life easy for Sanai, but we can't do anything without first reclaiming the faith that we've lost. Sure, that makes sense, but you could at least talk to people. Didn't some old wise man once say that man cannot live on faith alone? I've read that in the outside world, fanatical humans like to hold self-hanging ceremonies. Now you're all just spouting nonsense. Why are the SDM characters written like they're not from the outside world? This has happened multiple times. It's like, I've read that in the outside. You're from the outside world. What are you talking about?
It's still true that you have to live with your feet on the ground, though. That's something very important for humans, and she did seem lonely.
What would you have me do? Leave the mountain and build a shrine in the village?
All we're saying is to stop turning your nose up and start hanging out with the mountain yokai. Party every now and then should help break the ice, right?
Ooh, I like that idea. Sign me up.
Suiko, don't go agreeing to things on a whim.
But I had so much fun playing with everybody. Besides, we haven't had any parties lately. Why not invite some people over and raise the roof?
Is that really the issue here? And who would throw a party on a shrine's ground? No, I think it's a nice idea, actually. Kagure Shrine is effectively a yokai hangout spot anyway, and it would help you be seen as more approachable. The shrine, a hangout spot, is that how this works? More approachable, though. Perhaps. Ah, I found you both.
Oh, that voice.
Look how small that smile is. Barely see it.
Ace and I, welcome back. Man, they got you good, huh?
I've been laying on the ground in pain for 2 hours. Lady Asuka, Lady Moria, my deepest apologies for the state that I returned in. Hi, don't mind us.
You sure took a while getting here. Were you passed out somewhere else? Somewhere outside?
Should I start doing the Google voice for Rumia? Because, you know, Rumia is Flandre. Is this the joke? May I ask what Reimu's group is doing here? I thought you drove them off, Lady Asuka.
Nope, as you can see, we lost the fight.
That's one way to put it. It piqued my interest in them, so I let them in, and we've been hearing them out.
Oh no, if Reimu won, then all our plans are up in smoke, sorry. We won fair and square though, so no complaining.
Then what does that mean for our future? Don't worry, Sana, I have a new approach in mind already. I'll start by giving that a try and seeing how well it goes over. I have many plans. Even my plans have plans, Sanai.
Wait, you mean?
Let us start by gathering the yokai of the mountain at the Moria Shrine, not for business, but instead a party.
Whoa, now you throwing a party? What changed your mind so fast?
Now that we've come to Gensokyo, we need not cling to the past. You're all welcome to join in if you wish. I'll show you the power of the Moria Shrine's faith in the form of a splendid feast. Wait a moment, Lady Asuka. Are you sure about inviting yokai onto the shrine grounds?
Your god just said to forget the old ways.
Let all upon the mountain be brought here, be they yokai, god, or anything else. We shall hold a banquet.
And then it became night. And that's why I think it's important to treasure your time off the clock instead of worrying about promotions.
Oh yeah, totes. I love taking things at my own pace. Gotta take regular breaks too. I also don't think there's any way for me to get promoted. We kind of have like one job. Is there a rank of Shinigami? I thought we just all listened to Eiki or whatever. So what happens when you have one character represent an entire like social structure? Doesn't really explain how things work. I guess people with Unless the case for Aya, where it is explained that the way she does things is how everyone does things, and then it just asks even more questions. I guess people with real careers think differently. All I do is stand in front of a gate. Don't you live in, like, Dreamland or whatever? Do you really need a gatekeeper for a place that nobody's ever gonna show up at? Besides Rainbow that one time? Yeah, that's a big deal right there. Even just standing in front of a gate is a perfectly legitimate job. Gosh, you think? Then I can be useful to Yuka even just standing there. Menacingly.
Hey, Allie, can we go home yet? Allie, Sakia, and everyone else already left. I'm bored.
Hey, quit tugging on me. I just gave you some juice, Gurmy.
I don't want any juice. I just want to go back home and read a book.
Boy, I never thought I'd be granted an invitation from Lady Asuka herself.
There's no need to thank me. It'll be enough for you to drink my sacred sake while basking in my divinity.
These Tengu are pretty undignified, though. How many of them are already smashed?
These Tengu are just lightweights. Let me show you how a true Tengu drinks. Hey, Luigi, get another cask in here. One of those big ones.
A large cast? Okay, I'm on my way. I'd like to help if I may. Recreate that scene from, like, second episode of Memories of Phantasm? Or third? One of those? The ones where I'm carrying that huge thing. You remember that part? Lady Kochi, it's okay, you can stay seated. But I really shouldn't. You're supposed to be our guests. No, I'll do it. After all, I doubt you can even lift it. I will use my divine powers to make my strength stat go up a couple points. And then I'll be able to do it. Yep. Is this okay, though, letting us enter the Forbidden Shrine grounds? I'm not sure. At least those two seem to be enjoying it well enough. Come to think of it, was there some significance to the fact that Rainbow's group made it here? Oh yes, I guess we owe you an apology for letting them reach the shrine. Please don't apologize, Inabashiri. Considering how distant we were, keeping all the yokai was bound to happen.
What do you mean, bound to happen?
The fact that we came to this mountain turned back our faith doesn't change how rude we were to the yokai who live here. So the yokai have every reason to see us as they do. That's not exactly it. We didn't do it because we had something against you. Maybe it would be easier for both sides if we let bygones be bygones. You want it to be easier for both sides? Yes, the current status quo is stifling to all of us. Since we both live on this mountain, I'd prefer if we could talk things out normally when we had issues to raise or thoughts to share.
Luigi, where's that cast I asked for?
Oops, forgot about that. Excuse me, I have to take care of this. Actually, could you come with me, Aya? We have to present the Greater Tengu their sake.
Ah, so we take advantage of the confusion to swipe some of their special reserve. Good idea. Keep watch while I make my getaway. The perfect crime.
Are you drunk? That made no sense. Ow! Don't pull on my ears. I see even yokai have good drunks and bad drunks.
Hey! It's okay.
Lady Moria. She can't get more sake if you're holding on to her like that, Suiko. She was just about to get some. Sorry about this, Sanai. I feel bad leaving you out of the drinking. No, it's okay. I'd rather not partake anyway.
By the way, who is that gruff Tengu? I feel like I've seen them somewhere before.
That was Inabashiri. You might have seen her before, might not. They literally all look the same. She often visits the shrine to make offerings. Oh yes, that's right. What did she say to you? She said it'd be easier for everyone if we let bygones be bygones. I haven't spoken with her much before, so I'm not sure how to approach this.
That Tengu's got a good head on her shoulders.
Agreed. Treating yokai as equals will become the key to a brand new faith. A new faith? Though I call it faith, it differs not at all from a trust deep enough to raise our glasses together. Gods and humans befriending each other and playing together as equals. Maybe this is the faith I was seeking all along. Deep trust enough to drink with each other, Alright, I'll strive to earn such trust as well. There's no need to make it a specific goal. Just be yourself and don't force it. We have a long future here. Then, will you still require my services as the Moria Shrine's Wind Priestess?
Of course we will. If not for you, we never would have came to Gensokyo in the first place.
Hold your head high, Sanai. They may have been late in coming, but the winds of Moria are still with us. You, me, Suiko, We'll live together once more at this divine lake.
Right.
Made peace with Moria Shrine. That cutscene was actually much shorter than I thought it would be. Alright. Wow, this is a big team for the start of the next arc. Wasn't expecting that. And I don't have to do anything, because this is still who I'm gonna bring. I'm not using any of these guys. Yep. 64 kills. 50 and 48. Yeah, it seems like it's gonna be the top 3 for a while. Remember when Notori was in the top 3? And she disappeared for forever, and she's probably never gonna get back up here because she sucks at killing things. Nope. In the next part, I'll start the next part of the Mystic Arc. What'll happen then? Who knows? Alright.